In the small village of Umaro, there lived two sisters, Edna and Amora. They were inseparable as children, sharing everything from meals to laughter. Edna, the elder sister, was calm and kind-hearted, while Amora was bold and full of charm. Despite their differences, they loved each other deeply. When Edna married Obinna, a hardworking farmer, Amora stood proudly beside her at the wedding. Obinna was everything Edna had ever hoped for: loving, caring, and dedicated. Their marriage brought joy to the family, and the villagers often admired the bond between them. But as the saying goes, not all smiles are real, and not all love is pure. After a few months of marriage, Amora started visiting Edna and Obinna frequently. At first, it seemed harmless. Amora would bring food or help with chores, laughing with Edna as they cooked. But slowly, Edna began to notice something odd. Obinna seemed unusually happy whenever Amora came around. His eyes lingered on her longer than they should. Amora, too, would laugh a little too loudly at his jokes or stay longer than necessary. Edna pushed the thoughts aside, telling herself she was imagining things. But the unease in her heart grew stronger. One night, Edna had a strange dream. In it, she was walking through a dark forest, calling out for Obinna. She found him standing with his back to her, holding hands with someone. When she got closer, she realized it was Amora. She woke up in a cold sweat, her heart racing. "It's just a dream," she whispered to herself. But deep down, she feared it might be a warning. A week later, Edna decided to visit her parents in the next village. She told Obinna she would return the following day. But halfway there, she realized she had forgotten an important gift she planned to bring. She turned back. When she reached her home, she heard voices inside. She stopped and listened. "I can't keep lying to her," Obinna's voice said. "But I can't stop loving you, Amora." Edna's heart sank. She peeked through the window and saw Obinna and Amora sitting close, holding hands. Amora was crying. "I love you too," Amora whispered. "But she's my sister." Edna stumbled backward, her world crumbling. She couldn't believe the betrayal. The two people she trusted most had broken her heart. That evening, Edna confronted them. Tears streamed down her face as she stood before them. "How could you do this to me?" she shouted. "Amora, you're my sister. Obinna, I trusted you." Amora fell to her knees, sobbing. "I didn't mean for this to happen, Edna," she cried. "It just happened." Obinna looked ashamed, unable to meet her eyes. "Edna, I'm sorry," he said softly. "I never wanted to hurt you." Edna's heart ached, but she knew she had to make a decision. When the truth came out, the entire village was in shock. Some blamed Amora, saying she should have respected her sister's marriage. Others said Obinna was the real betrayer, as he had vowed to love and protect Edna. The elders called a family meeting. They urged Edna to forgive her sister and Obinna, but forgiveness didn't mean forgetting. "Your heart must heal, but don't let bitterness take root," an elder advised. In the end, Edna made a painful choice. She left Obinna. "I deserve a love that is mine alone," she told him. "And you cannot give me that." Amora tried to reconcile with Edna, but their relationship was never the same. Edna forgave her sister in time, but the closeness they once shared was gone. Years later, Edna found peace living on her own. She became a mentor to young women in the village, teaching them the importance of self-worth and boundaries. As for Obinna and Amora, they never ended up together. Guilt and shame kept them apart, and they both moved on with their lives, carrying the weight of their choices. The story of Edna, Obinna, and Amora became a warning in the village. Betrayal may destroy love, but it also destroys trust. True love requires honesty, loyalty, and respect. And so, Edna's strength and wisdom became a legacy, a reminder that healing is possible even after the deepest wounds.